My most anticipated film of the year has arrived. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Possibly Tom Cruise's final Mission Impossible film, and I thought it was a great finale for the most part. Starting for the positives, the action is still incredible, although think they could have been a little more, especially the first hour was really lacking in action. I think that's my main critique of the film, but I'll get to that later. But what we got was amazing. Without getting too far into spoilers, the submarine sequence was so intense and well made. It was really impressive. Seems they made a rotating set, and seeing Cruise try to traverse the sub as everything just keep getting worse was a fantastic and intense scene. The third act, in my opinion, might have been an old-timer. So incredibly stressful. The plane stunt is one of my favorite action scenes of all time. They do a lot with the sound and cinematography to really make you feel dizzy like you're moving with the plane. And it's just incredible to see. You gotta see this in IMAX for sure. The scene really makes you realize how much of a madman Tom has to be. Who in their right mind would film this insane action scene? The third act as a whole was amazing and incredibly intense. In fact, it was so intense that my hand actually went numb because I was gripping it so much. But to be honest, since it's the big finale, I was assuming there would be a little more action. I mean, Dead Reckoning had pretty much constant action throughout, and I thought it'd be the same for this one. But there wasn't really any action scene until over an hour into the film. There was one little thing, but barely anything really in the first hour. Compare this to any of the other Mission Impossible films or just most action movies in general, there's usually some kind of massive big action sequence near the start of the movie that really gets things going, gets you into it, and it's just so exciting. But for some reason they chose to not really do that with this. Once again, there is something, but it's just not enough, in my opinion. Another little problem, the first half hour were just paced really weirdly. At the beginning, it felt like a million things were happening, like just a million things a minute, before it just very much slowed down. Some say the first hour of the movie was really weak, which I actually really disagree with. I still thought it was good, but it just had just odd pacing issues at the start. Another problem, but once again just minor, I felt it was supposed to be a little more to the movie, especially involving the government characters. Like, for example, Nick Offerman's character has a big scene in the movie, but I feel like I barely know the guy. Like, he's just some government guy played by Nick Offerman, and I feel like there must have been something missing to that character to make me care about him. There definitely could be a cut of the movie that would be decently over 3 hours that focus more on the non-Tom Cruise characters, but the movie's already pretty long, so I can understand why that got cut down. Acting-wise, it was pretty good. Tom Cruise, of course, is amazing. He's always putting 110% in every movie, so obviously it was great in this film. Angela Bassett playing the president was actually pretty good. She had some good, strong moments. Ving Rhames, didn't say that right, also a standout, some really emotional scenes with him. Pom Klementieff, I thought was great in the movie. I'm glad they put her in this one as well. I'm a big fan of her character, and overall, the whole cast was great. I wish some of the other non-Tom Cruise actors had more time to shine. But the GOAT obviously had to be Mr. Milchick, Tremel Tillman, who's in the movie for about 5 minutes. I mean, just, come on, give him the Oscar already, guys. What are we doing? The villains in the movie, Gabriel, played by Issei Morales. Probably said that wrong, too. Overall, I think Gabriel is kind of a meh, kind of forgettable villain, which I feel like, in my personal opinion, a lot of the Mission Impossible villains are, but whatever. But the actor is still able to properly deliver a lot of times in the movie. I think, especially in action scenes, he's definitely able to deliver. The Entity is also pretty interesting. The idea of an evil AI has, of course, become a lot more relevant. So it's pretty interesting to see it in the movie, but I feel like that idea could have been explored a lot more. Other things, a bit of a nitpick, but there was a lot of Dutch angles in this movie, especially in the first hour. It was very distracting in my opinion. I feel like some of them were good, but there was just way too many. Must be like some kind of Scientology thing. Besides that, the cinematography was great. The movie looked fantastic, especially the filming of action scenes, the plane, the submarine, just top-notch stuff there. But the Dutch angles, come on guys, stop doing that. Overall, this was a great finale for Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Despite my issues, I really loved it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Next week, I'll rank the Mission Impossible movies. Like and subscribe. See you next time.